organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Soon to come on the latest edition of Daily Iowan TV, Phil's Dream. The UI makes a major announcement about how much money they want, and it happened to fall on annual Phil's Day. We'll have the details on both.
And we'll tell you if the heat will return to Iowa City this weekend and weather.
And in sports, one of the greatest legs in Hawkeye history hangs up his cleats.
All that and much more is coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Thursday's edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Nick Safransky.
And I'm Kelsey Clemmie. The University of Iowa revealed its largest funding campaign ever to students, administration, and faculty Thursday afternoon at the Old Capitol. For Iowa, Forevermore is a historic fundraising campaign that will use donations to keep the university among the top public research universities in the nation. To date, the Forevermore campaign has raised more than $1 billion and hopes to secure a total of $1.7 billion by December of 2016. Speakers at the announcement included Presidential Scholarship winner Nick Rolston, campaign donors, and President Sally Mason. President Mason touched on how this fundraising will directly affect students and faculty members.
But ultimately, those buildings are being built, again, to house our students and to house our faculty and to make sure we're delivering the highest quality education we possibly can.
Fundraising for this campaign has been underway since 2008.
The foundation's announcement came on the same day the UI celebrated Phil's Day across campus. On Thursdays, members of the Student Philanthropy Group were around campus distributing stickers and putting up posters and ribbons to show the public which buildings and programs were made possible because of donations. Most donors are Iowa alumni, and the money funds a variety of areas from research to scholarships for the students. The Student Philanthropy Group is related to the UI Foundation, although they are not the exact same organization.
The University of Iowa student accused of stabbing two in the downtown Iowa City last weekend has been transferred from Illinois to Iowa. 18-year-old Gabriel Badding was arrested by Western Illinois University Police on Sunday, but wasn't sent to Iowa City until Wednesday. When he was booked in Johnson County Jail just after 4 p.m., Iowa City Police are still unsure why a stabbing occurred after 1 a.m. just off of the Ped Mall, although they suspect an argument occurred before the stabbings. Badding has been charged with 2 felonies so far in the incident.
Still ahead on Daily Iowan TV, school changes. What would change in Iowa City public schools if new legislation passes in the State House?
And in sports, Micah Hyde has made a name for himself on the football field, but see how he's giving back off the field. But first, let's take a look at some weather. Iowa City didn't have snow Thursday, but parts of the Midwest had rare May snow day, with places in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin getting double-digit inches of snow.
Yeah, Kelsey, dozens of school districts were closed in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and some places received up to 16 inches of snow, even though we're supposed to be in spring.
Not just school closures, power was out in all 3 of those states we mentioned, and some records were broken in Iowa.
Forest City, a town near Mason City in northern Iowa, received 11 inches between Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, an apparent record in the state for a 24-hour period. The previous high was more than 65 years old.
Yeah, I imagine only in Iowa, I feel like, can you wear shorts one day and be looking for your winter coat the next?
I just want to put my winter coat away at this point.
Right.
Well, no snow in Iowa City, but it seems cold enough. Kelsey Kniff has your weekend forecast, and it was so nice until Thursday. Is this weekend going to turn around?
We definitely do have some colder weather coming your way. Friday morning will be a high of 41 degrees with a 90% chance of rain. The afternoon temperatures are expected to drop to 39 degrees, still with a continued chance of rain. During the evening, the temperatures will rise to 52 degrees with more rain on its way. I'm going to take a step aside as we take a look at the 6-day forecast. Saturday will be expected scattered showers throughout the day with a high of 68 degrees. Sunday looks like it will be warmer outside with a high of 72 and partly cloudy skies. Monday and Tuesday's temperatures are both looking warmer with a high of 79 and few clouds. And your 6th day winds up with a continued 79-degree day and still partly cloudy. That's all I have for weather. Back to you at the desk.
Education reform is still under debate in the State House as teacher evaluations become an even hotter topic. Republican favor Governor Terry Branstad's proposal to keep teachers accountable by reviewing them based on student test scores. Democrats disagree and say Iowa schools need to adjust the changes made the previous year. Senator Joni Ernst told Daily Iowan TV legislation will be receiving feedback regarding current conversations from the Iowa State Education Association Thursday. Iowa City High School Principal John Bacon said he is concerned linking student test scores and teacher reviews may be unfair and create a negative learning atmosphere.
I would be concerned about a climate that perhaps would exist where teachers had concerns about working with students that had higher levels of needs, because those students are probably might be more likely not to perform as well on exams, and then that could lead to their paycheck not being as good.
Currently, teachers in Iowa are evaluated formally once every 3 years by the state 8 teaching standards, which range from student achievement to personal conduct. Senator Ernst said more final decisions regarding the education reform bill will be made Monday or Tuesday.
Also affecting local students is a new driving law. Iowa allows some solo drivers at the age of 14, as long as they're going to and from school. This is one of the youngest ages in the country to be allowed to drive alone. But now, the laws have changed. Now young drivers must possess their permit for at least 12 months before receiving their intermediate driver's license, which allows them to drive with certain passengers. However, they are only allowed to have one sub-18-year-old passenger for the first 6 months of their intermediate license, unless those passengers are family members.
Now for a look outside of Iowa City, April 2013 marks the deadliest month in the country of Iraq since April 2008. More than 700 people were killed this April, according to the United Nations, including more than 100 from Iraq's security forces. Even worse, the violence this past month was most concentrated in the country's capital of Baghdad.
The state of Maryland became the first state south of the Mason-Dixon line to abolish the death penalty on Thursday. Democratic Governor Martin O'Malley signed the bill, which officially eliminated the practice in the state, although Maryland hadn't executed anyone since 2005. This is the 18th state to get rid of capital punishment, and there's similar legislation in Delaware that could be enacted soon. Not a lot of games to cover, but some interesting stories in sports. Let's get to Chelsea Brown with sports on an Iowa employee with a World Series ring and one Hawkeyes charity.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. The story of the NFL's newest Hawk giving back and a sit-down with the 4-time World Series champ on the way. But first, we start with the news that Nate Kading is retiring from the National Football League. Kading, a 10-year veteran and 2-year Pro Bowler with the San Diego Chargers, left Iowa City as perhaps the school's greatest placed kicker ever. The Iowa City native earned an All-American honors in his time with the Black and Gold and was recognized as the nation's top kicker. We were able to catch up with the Hawkeye legend Thursday afternoon.
For my quad at the Pro Bowl in January 2010, had a groin injury, muscle injury that following season, and tore my ACL the year after that, and another groin injury last year that ended my time out in San Diego. Took a step back at the start of this offseason and really tried to get a good game plan going forward in terms of how to address some of these issues, and felt like I had a good handle on it, and I started kicking again this week, and some of these same muscle issues popped back up. You sit up there at the top of the stands on TV and you see a guy kicking field goals, and it always looks so easy. But being in the middle of it and knowing all the preparation that goes into it and how hard it really is and the different conditions, and it really gives me a great perspective. Got a really good relationship with all the place kickers and punters and the guys at Iowa. They've helped me actually quite a bit, keeping me young and excited about the game. I've worked with Mike, the kicker at Iowa, the last 3 years, and all the other guys I've known that are there for quite a long time. I hope that they still want me around to help them and be a part of what they're doing this spring and summer in their preparation for the season. That I really enjoy that.
From one Hawk ending his career to just another beginning his, Micah Hyde is a name almost every fan of the black and gold know for his play on the field. Our own Lauren Moss has a story of why Hyde is making an impact off of it.
Micah Hyde. The successful cornerback for the Hawkeyes has recorded many preseason and postseason honors, being named to all Big Ten teams, and just last week being drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the 5th round of the 2013 draft. The humble recipient of all these awards has decided to give back, and he wants to give back to the community that has adopted him as one of their own. Iowa.
Definitely miss this place. I'm saying right now I'm ready to get out of it and experience something new. But in the end, I'm definitely going to miss it and it's been my home for the last 4 years.
The future Packer is starting to turn that want to give back to his old home into a reality in the Iowa area by creating the Imagine Foundation. This foundation urges residents to donate used sporting goods that will be given to the Boys and Girls Club of Des Moines. With launching the Imagine Foundation, Micah Hyde is hoping to give kids the opportunity to one day go from here, so one day some of them might possibly end up here. And for the next 2 weeks, bins will be located in various locations in Coralville and Iowa City, such as the IMU. The donated goods will be sent to the well-deserved kids of the Boys and Girls Club, who thank Hyde for giving back.
We look for role models for our kids, and to have a male role model who, with athletic ability like Micah Hyde has, going to the NFL and still giving back locally is an amazing thing.
Lauren Moss, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Transitioning from the gridiron to the diamond now, it's time to take a look at another former Hawk who made it big. From Dwayne Biggs' dugout to a former-time World Series champ, but not necessarily the way you might think. Nick Delaquila explains.
It didn't take Dan Matheson long to figure out what he wanted to do in his professional career. Sports were his life, and 4 World Series rings later, it seems like he made the right choice.
I didn't have the talent to play sports in college, but I still had that passion, wanted to find a way to combine my love for sports with what I had to do for a living for the rest of my life.
And what started as a baseball team manager during his collegiate years led to multiple different positions at the professional level. So how did he get from here to here, where he worked for 6 years in the limelight of professional baseball as one of the top baseball executives for the New York Yankees, to eventually ending up here, teaching every day to the students of Iowa City?
I started to discover that I really had an interest in bringing some of my experiences back to students who are so interested in getting into this profession.
Now teaching the sport and recreation department, Matheson gave up the chance to add to his collection of championship rings, but he wouldn't change any of it along the way.
And now that I've moved to teaching full-time, it's been the right time for me as a person.
Nick Delaquila, Daily Iowan TV.
For more on the Matheson, check out Friday's sports section in the Daily Iowan. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. More coming on Sunday, though, including news on a schedule upgrade for the Iowa basketball program next season. But for now, it's back to you guys at the desk.
Finally, Daily Iowan TV is the only place to get a look into Friday's pages of the Daily Iowan. There will be more on Iowa Foundation's record-high fundraising goal.
And previews of both baseball and softball weekend contests. That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
But you can subscribe to the Daily Iowan on YouTube.com or watch anytime at dailyiowan.com.
2 more weeks left of school, Hawkeyes. Let's get it.